In this video, we're going to talk about speed, distance, and time. And we will have two objectives for this video. The first one is to calculate speed, distance, and time. And second, solve word problems involving average rate and speed. So let's start. Basically, this is the formula for speed, distance, and time. You can see that we have three triangles here. So let's elaborate. Let's define first what are these. First, distance. Distance is the length, total length between two positions. Alright, for example, we have point A and to point B. So, yung distance niyan is yung length between the 2 points. For example, nakita natin to in Google Maps. Here we have 2 points and the 2 points are 187 kilometer apart. Ito yung distance nila, 187, yung total length between the 2 points. And these are the common terms that we use to represent distance, common units: kilometers, miles, meters, feet, and centimeters. Next is the time. Time is the quantity measured during which an action, process, or condition exists. So, for example, like that. Ayan. And the common units, the three units that are used to represent time are hours, minutes, and seconds. Next is the speed. Speed refers to how fast an object is moving. That is speed. And the units for speed are kilometer per hour, miles per hour, meters per second, feet per second, and centimeters per seconds. Okay. Now, this is the formula for distance. Speed and time. And so distance is equal to speed times time. Speed is distance over time. Time is distance over speed. Now, what is the use of these triangles? So basically, we can just write it like this one. Just one big triangle with D at the top, S and T at the bottom. So let's elaborate what about this triangle. Now, this triangle is just a cheat list for us to easily remember the formula for distance, speed, and time. So as you can see, the letter D is always at the top of the triangle, and we can see that S and T are beside each other. So it's like D is equal to, as you can see, S and T are besides each other. S and T. So that's multiplication. S times T, or speed times time. So that's the formula for distance. Next, let's say we are looking for S, the speed, and we can see that D is over T. So the formula for speed is distance over time. Same when we try to find the formula for time. So pag time hinahanap, that is, you can see that distance is over the speed. So time is equal distance over speed. Yeah. Okay. So ito siya. Speed is equal distance over time times distance over speed. Distance is equal to speed times time, and we can use this triangle to easily remember the formulas for these terms. Okay, so let's try to answer this. Now that we know how to, or how to derive the formula from the triangle. Now, number one is or solve the following problems. 1, 2, 3. For number one, the speed is missing. Number two, distance, and three, time. So let's answer number 1. Distance is 804 kilometer and time is 12 hours. Find the speed. Okay, so using our triangle here, you can see that we are looking for speed. So that is distance over time. So S is equal distance over time. What is the value of distance? Distance is 804. So S is equal 804 over the time is 12 and just divide them. And 804 divided by 12, using my calculator, that's 67. 67. But what is the unit? 67 watt. So as we can see here, we use kilometer and hour. So the unit must be kilometer per hour. So dito lang natin kinukuha sa given. So that is the answer. 67 kilometer per hour. Okay, next. Speed is equal to 85 kilometer per hour times 5.5 hours. Find the distance. So distance is found at the top. So distance is equal to S times T. That's the formula. T is equals S times T. So distance is equal to the speed 85 times 5.5 the time. So the distance is 85 times 5.5, 467.5. 467.5. But what is the unit? So ano ba dito yung distance na unit? We have kilometer per hour and hour. So the distance here is obviously the kilometer. Ito, yung kilometer natin. So we will use kilometer for our unit. Since kilometer is a unit for distance. 467.5 kilometer. Next. Distance is equal to 250 kilometers. Speed is 75 per hour. Kilometer per hour. Find the time. So time is distance over time. T is equals to distance over time. T is equal to 250 divided by 75, and that is divided by 75, 3.33. So the time is 3.33. And what is the unit for hour or for the time? You can only see hour as a unit for time. So hour. 3.33 hour. Next. What's more? Now we are asked to identify what is the missing term, speed, distance, or time, then solve. We have 4.5 hours at 30 km per hour, 297, etc. etc. Let's start. So 4.5 hours at 30 km per hour. Ano yung missing term natin dito? So we can see that 4.5 hours is the time, 30 km per hour. So since meron siyang per hour, that's a speed. So missing natin is yung distance. What is the formula for distance? S times T. So all we have to do is to multiply them. 4.5 times 30. T is equal. So T is equal to, what is 4.5 times 30? 135. And then the unit is kilometer. Ayun na. Kilometer yung ginamit na unit for distance here. Next. 18 feet per second for 1 minute. So we can see that this is the speed and this is the time. So again, missing is distance. And just multiply S and T. 18 times 1 for distance. And that's very easy. 18 times 1 is 18. What is the unit? We use feet for the distance. So we will use feet as well. This is next. 297 kilometer at 227 kilometer per hour, kph. So this is the distance and this is the speed, kph. Time is the missing variable. So to find time, distance over speed. So that's going to be t is equal to 297 over 27. And what's 297 divided by 27? That's 11. So time is equals to 11. 11. So what? So that's kph for speed and h stands for r. So we will use r. 11 hours. Okay. Next, let's try some word problem. A train left the terminal station at 6:45 a.m. and arrived at its destination at 12:45 p.m. The distance covered by the train was 312 km. What was the speed of the train in kilometer per hour? So 6:45 siya nag-arrive at the destination at 12:45. So we have time. Yung time natin is from 6:45 to 12:45. This is AM, this is PM. And then we have the covered distance. So simply distance, 312. Now we cannot compute for speed because that's what is missing if we have a time like this, 6:45 to 12:45 p.m. So kailangan natin mahanap ano ba yung exact hours niyan. So let's count. 6:45 a.m. Let's count. 7:45, 8:45, 9:45, 10. Ang dami. Ilang hours ba lumipas bago dumating ng 12:45 p.m.? So kapag 6:45 p.m., that's at already 12, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 6. So 18 hours. 18 hours. Binilang ko lang from 6:45 a.m. to 6:45 p.m. That's already 12 hours. And then 12:45 p.m. kasi nag-arrive sa destination. So that's another 6 hours. That's why we got 18 hours. Now we can use the formula for the speed. Ano ba yung triangle natin? Triangle natin, nasa taas si D. Si speed ang missing. So, distance over time. Let's divide 312 to 18 by 18. So, S will be 312 divided by 18. And that's gonna be 17.33. The unit is kilometer per hour. This is the answer. Okay. Next, we have example to the average speed of a snail is around 1.3 centimeter per second. If the distance covered by a snail is 58.5 centimeter, how long did it take for the snail to cover that distance? So we have 1.3 as our speed and this is the distance that it needs to cover. So missing natin, syempre, yung time. And time is equal to distance over speed. So applying the formula, so distance is 58.5 divided by 1.3. That is 45. Yes, 45. 45 seconds. Ayun yung unit. So yung 4 and seconds. See? So that's it. that's all for this video. I hope you learned something from it. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.